Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. 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 Yes, and take us along with you for sure, for sure. And just call others, let them know that RadioWeCanSee.com is where we happen to be. Phone number for you to call in and talk to us is right there, too. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
Thabiti Mpinga, and we welcome you to the program.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's just been so much in the community taking place, and I guess to talk about the national scene, our president, Joe Biden, is going around the country campaigning, and two really nice things that should be appreciated is, one, there are college students who have had their tuition erased. I know some of them as well. I was quite surprised about that. And the second thing is the fact that the majority of the black community involved in the disease of diabetes won't have to pay exorbitant rates for their medication now. I'm hearing that it was going into the thousands of dollars, and President Joe Biden has had it reduced to $35 a month. Imagine that.
What a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. People should really be appreciative of that. But before we go in any further, I just wanted to say good morning to Abidi, Ms. Farmer, to Sister Fedora, to Charlene and Derek, to Carl, and to Commissioner, to Ricardo, and Katrina, Sylvia. We're looking forward to you all going to that particular website and getting that number so you can call in and talk to us. And Tawana as well. Thabiti, we want to talk to him.
Yeah, I'll give a good shout out to Brother Keith Hines, Brother and Professor Michael Griggs, also Sister Jackie and Sister Ruth, who are very faithful watchers and followers and out there in the community doing things, which is the most important thing for me, is not only hearing but doing as well. We need that. And I want to give a shout out to all of you who are listening and viewing us, and ask you to ask your neighbors, friends, acquaintances, former co-workers, church members, etc., to tune in also. And as you see me do all the time, I'm holding up pen and paper. That means you need pen and paper also, so we can all write down this good information.
Absolutely. How important that is, too. You know, on the state level, I appreciate the fact that the governor has signed in this requirement for students who are graduating to pass this test in financial literacy. Financial literacy. You know, reading is extremely important, but so is financial literacy. And our young people need to have those classes. Desperately, they need to have those classes. You know, sadly, a lot of the home ownership, the legacy of our community has been taken, and just flat out taken. There are young people who don't realize, as an example, if the parents have died and the home is left to them, that's part of their legacy. But they forget about the property tax. It's a lot less expensive to divide the property tax into 12 parts, set aside each, and at the end of the year pay that, as opposed to trying to rent from someplace and paying $1,200 a month, you know. So it's something to think about. And tomorrow is the school board meeting. The school board meeting with the superintendent at Finney High School, now known as East English Village. East English Village was formerly Finney High School. The address is 5020 Cashew, 5020 Cashew. Very easy to get to that location. You go east on I-94, exit on Cashew, make a right, and look for 5020. It's very easy, right by Warren, as a matter of fact, Cashew.
Now, again, you say that's East. The new name is?
East English Village.
Okay.
Now, why they had to take Finney off, God only knows. Finney was an abolitionist, by the way. He was. But for some reason, somebody decided that they didn't want us to read about an abolitionist. Well,
and I want to jump in real quick and say that when you mention the property taxes, I want everyone to be aware. I've just seen something within the last week where sometimes people will inherit or get a house from a relative. Let's say your mom may have passed away or something, but they're totally unfamiliar with the whole transition of property tax, and they have been losing the houses because the family members who weren't aware of what, you know, their parents, uncles, whomever may have been doing, weren't realizing what they needed to do in order to keep the property. And for that reason, we've been losing a lot of property in Detroit as well. So again, it's incumbent upon us to just stay on top of these things because they do happen, and we can't afford to lose any houses in Detroit.
Exactly. And it's also been reported that the land bank owns more property in the city of Detroit than the individuals added together. And that's something. But what I'm interested in as it relates to the land bank, which is not really a department of the city government, is the list. I hear there are 2 lists. A list for their friends and family and a list for the public. Go figure. And it's just sad. There have been people calling for a forensic audit, and I think rightly so, a forensic audit. We have too many authorities, Downtown Development Authority, you know, Airport Authority, this and that, and it seems to me that that was a trick that was played while Mayor Coleman, Alexander Young, was in office. How do we take authority from him? How do we take power from a black man who was mayor of the city of Detroit?
Who's very powerful and outspoken, and they just don't like that among black men or women.
And so we ended up with an authority here, an authority there, and you know, when I was little, and I heard about DD Day, what do they call it?
Downtown
DD
Detroit.
Yeah, DD Days. And then when I heard about the Development Authority, I thought it was the same thing, but actually it was just a shopping spree downtown. Nevertheless, we need to read up on the departments that govern the various activities in this city. And tomorrow, we need to be concerned about the Detroit public school system. I'm hearing that some money may be sent to help enhance some departments. But the interesting thing about money, it seems to me that when departments get money, it just kind of vanishes. $2 billion about came to the Detroit public school system. I don't attend every single solitary school board meeting, but I go to a lot of them. And I just happened to attend a meeting, and the superintendent at the BD said, I'm going to build 3 schools. I'm like, wow, that's a great idea, because you build it and they will come. The best example is McKenzie Elementary School on Chicago and Wyoming. That school is bursting at the seam with students and parents who are trying to bring their more students to attend that school.
And that's vital to a community. We know, many of us, particularly if we've got a few miles on us, how they had the whole busing thing. This started somewhere in the 60s, and there was a lot of blowback from that. And we don't really want to go anywhere. We just want quality in our neighborhoods. That's all we ask for. We've never asked to go across any boundaries or borders or something like that, to be around people who really didn't want us around, and we didn't necessarily want to be around.
Exactly. Then, a month or so later, I attended another school board meeting, and the superintendent at that point said he was then going to build 5 new schools. And I said, wow, you talk about improving the population of the Detroit public school system. That could do it. That could really, really do it. Well, now we're in March. Spring starts tomorrow. Not one shovel has gone in the ground to turn dirt anywhere to start any school. And that's problematic for me. That's why when I heard someone say we need a forensic audit, I could agree with that. I really could agree with that.
That kind of gets back to the old statement of talk is cheap. And exactly what we're dealing with.
Exactly. Now, if tomorrow you intend to talk to the board and to the superintendent, you should be there at least by 5:15 so that you can sign in. You have to sign in order to be on the list to speak to the superintendent and the board. My. They actually start at 5 o'clock, but the meeting for you to speak is at 6.
And I would add that even if you don't have anything to say, this happens to be my personal experience, it's always nice to be in that environment, because people bring up questions that may not have occurred to you, but certainly you want to be in a position where you can hear, answer, and then share that information. I've gone to different meetings, and I may have been silent, but I was there because of my curiosity and my need to know. So I'm encouraging you all at East English High School, which used to be Finney, at 5020 Cadju. If you're traveling east on I-94, after you pass Connors, it will be one of the next 2 exits. And be there. Maybe it's your first time, but let it be your first time. Be curious, because it is happening in your neighborhood.
Yeah,
So you absolutely want to be a part of what's going on in your neighborhood. You don't want to have somebody wonder what happened. Like, what do you say, Theo? There's 3 types of people: those who see things happen, who watch things happen, and who wonder what happened.
Yeah. Kind of scratch your head and look around like,
Too late.
Yeah, right. And then the other thing to think about and to bring up is DECA. DECA was a program in the Detroit public school system that has been eliminated by the superintendent. However, it is still in the schools surrounding Detroit. And that program gets our students involved in financial literacy, learning about business, learning about making a plan, learning about setting it up, learning about following it through, getting the experience. The size of the business, obviously, it won't be Macy's or J.C. Penney. However, you have the basics for a small or large business that you can learn in school.
And one of the beautiful things, I wish they had it, at least to the extent that they're trying to get it now, is there are a lot of us adults who, because it wasn't available then, don't really know how to manage money, don't know how to work with the different systems, whether they're credit unions, banks, borrowing institutions. There's too many things we don't know about that we weren't exposed to. So for let's say our youth to be able to expose this to it now. And I got to add this too, Theo, now I think about it. My granddaughter, she's in the 10th grade now, but I believe it was back when she was in 8th grade or so, they were actually setting up a bank in their school, and she was one of the bank officers.
Oh.
And it just blew my mind how the other students, because it was 3 or 4 who were the officers, they would come to these students, and they had to interact different financial transactions within the school. And this is something we need. As I say, adults, myself included, took a while, but adults don't really know this, and that's why we end up in the bind sometimes we're in.
I agree. I definitely agree. But that is an excellent experience because the students get to be the clerks and they take in the students' savings. They come to school ready to put a deposit in their account. It may be 50 cents. It may be $1, maybe a quarter, but they're getting the experience. And at the end of the whatever period of time they determine there, generally it's a month, and then the students can look at a statement and like, wow, look what I have saved, you know, and it gets them involved, it gets them excited, and then they can say, I'm doing what Mom and Dad do. I'm learning that process, you know.
And you know, the thing that I have encouraged, particularly with my granddaughter, but with others as well, is it's nice once you start an account to see it grow, and just think not in terms of spending, because we have been a consumer population, unfortunately, for too long. That's why other businesses open in our communities and take advantage and exploit us. But when you see that bank account grow, particularly as a youth, you say, oh, I used to have $10, now I got $55. That's exciting. And it encourages you to save because you like seeing that grow.
And then as it goes on, they may get an idea that there's something they would like to purchase. And if they continue to save, they can buy it themselves. There's some excitement, some achievement. You know, there's pride in being able to buy something for yourself sometimes.
Yeah, being on, as I would characterize it, being on a level where you, as a youth, can do adult things. It makes you feel, because they're maturing into adults. We have to remember that, number one.
Yes.
They're not going to be kids. They may be cute, this, that, and the other, but they're not going to be that way forever.
Right.
So we really do need to, just like they're anxious to drive at a certain age, let's make them anxious also to be able to save for that car, for instance, save for college. If they've got a career they want to pursue, like art or sculpture, whatever it may be, to have saved means you can finance what you want to do.
Right, absolutely. Listen, I'm smiling because I thought about a joke I heard recently. Did I tell you the joke about the little boy who wanted to borrow his father's car? I won't say little boy, he had a driver's license, and wanted to drive. Did I tell you that joke?
No.
Well.
Here we go, folks.
He went to his dad and said, Dad, I'd like to borrow the car. And Dad said, oh, yeah? He said, well, I tell you what. If you raise your grades, if you read some books, if you, there's a couple other things. He said, help around the house and all of that. And then, we talk about it. And lastly, I need you to cut your hair. Oh, Dad, the styles they're wearing. Oh, my goodness. So he went off, and he did raise his grades, and he helped around the house, and he just did all of those nice little things. He came back to his father, and he said, Dad, he says, I was doing what you said, and I really want to borrow the car. His father looked at him, he says, but you didn't cut your hair. He said, but Dad, but think about it. Moses' hair was long, he didn't cut his hair. Samson's hair was long, he didn't cut his hair. Jesus had long hair too. His father looked at him and said, that's true. He said, but they walked everywhere they went.
Great, great. I wasn't ready for that punchline, yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why that joke is just staying with me for a little while now. But anyhow, tomorrow the school board meeting, which is very important, should be added to your calendar if you can possibly attend and talk to the board members and the superintendent about the curriculum. Is it a curriculum that will help our students when they graduate from high school? Everyone is not interested in going to college. Everyone is not academically able to go to college. Everyone does not have the scholarships or the income to go to college. But they need to support themselves. Yes.
And I was going to add, my granddaughter told me last week that she's also a student in the Detroit DP. I like to just call it DPS, but we know they add all these little alphabets, and before you know it, you don't know what's going on. But she did mention that in her 11th grade, they're going to work out a program where her school also goes to some of the VOTEC locations. Now, we know that they have Bright Hop, which is over on Chicago and Hubble.
Yes.
I believe Go Lightly is on the east side.
Yes, Jefferson and, is it Dickerson? Dickerson, I think. Yes.
And there's another one in the medical center. I don't recall the name now, but we do have a few spread out. And as Theo said, everyone doesn't want to pursue something academically. And actually, and I'll have this the next time we're on the air, they have something that they're starting. I want to just say the city of Detroit. I know the current mayor did mention it, how, and it's true because I'm a retired skilled tradesman, that they are having they're having something set up where children can learn, youth can learn, I should say, skilled trades, and there is a deficit. They're trying to call me out of retirement along with some of the rest of us. I'm not going nowhere. I like being off, but I'm just saying the money you can make can get into six figures. A lot of youth are not aware of that. They have these other grandiose dreams like being an athlete, you know, a musician, maybe an actor or actress, that type of thing. But they don't realize it. And as I was told prior to getting into the trade when they were training me, they say, of course your hands will get dirty, but with the money you make, you can buy plenty of soap.
All right.
Can't go wrong with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. And you know, there was a young man who became a plumber, and he went through, you know, the training, and he was getting to the point where he was making $100,000 a year, you know, and like you say, you could buy plenty of soap with that, a manicure and every other thing. Nobody, there should not be any kind of shame attached to it, because every single solitary being is going to need a plumber somewhere in their life. They're going to need a plumber,
An electrician, a carpenter, a mason,
exactly,
skilled trades person. And you can be independent as well. You can go through the training, and then at some point, if you want to get your contractor's license, you open up on your own business. And that's what we need also as well. We need people who not only open their own business, but they're able to employ others. And I have known of those who have, my brother-in-law is a classic example of that. His father was a carpenter. He got in the carpenter trade, and he's got works all over the city of Detroit and elsewhere where he's actually built things.
Wow.
I can sometimes pass by certain buildings I worked on, which include the Millender Center, what's now the GM building, Providence Receiving Hospital, Henry Ford. I've been all over the place.
Wow.
One thing I like about it too, and I just want to say this as an encouragement, is that sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with working in a factory, but you know that factory is located right there at Jefferson and St. Jean. But when you're in the trade, you get a chance to experience so many different other environments, things you would have never known. I've worked at schools such as Cooley, Spain. I've been all over the place. Let me just say that. So, I want to encourage women as well. They're trying to, and this is Women's Month, as many of you may know.
That's right.
Encourage women to get in it too, because I have worked with women who could outwork and outthink some of the men in the trade, and make that big money. We're talking $20, $30, $40 an hour.
Right.
You won't get that as a cashier or at one of your fast food places. We're struggling for $15 an hour there.
Right, and protest.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have come up yet, but that is so important to share. It gives people something to think about, you know, because they know, you know, someone's this electrician, but many people never knew how much money they made. And then that's, wow, well, they can give it a second thought. And we're hearing that DPS is going to reopen Benjamin Davis Aerospace on the airport grounds.
Right.
The question is, how long is it going to take those dizzy folk to get it done?
Now we're approaching the bottom of the hour.
Oh, dear.
You know how time is when you're having fun.
Yes. Yes, well, for those of you who are tuned in, during this break, call somebody. Refresh your orange juice or your coffee, and call a friend, family member, co-worker, etc., and tell them to tune in with us this morning. And we'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Wallman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Brazen. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. All right. And remember, you can always take us along with you. We're back. And you know, last week we had a guest on who told us about the movie Girl in the Wall. And it's taking place on the 22nd. The premiere is the 22nd of this month. If you're going, you need to be there at 6 p.m. It's for the best seats and all that good stuff. And also we'll get an opportunity to meet some of the actors in that film. But it's going to take place in Canton at the Imagine Theater. The meeting, do you happen to have the address?
Yes, for those who are going to attend, the address is 39535 Ford Road. Again, that's 39535 Ford Road, and that's not far from the I-275 freeway. And it's definitely worth your while. Girl in the Wall. I encourage, because I was looking at something last night, I believe, or the night before, and they had up-and-coming black directors, producers, and movie makers. They were doing short movies, but we'd be surprised how many of our people who are actually doing it. I've done videos, but doing a movie, and this was very well written too. The one I happened to see, Theo, there was 4 young ladies. One of them, one was very young, and her and a friend decided they would start fooling around with a Ouija board, and they were in the cemetery, and then all kind of spooky and mysterious things happened. I have to say myself, I'm a little uncomfortable with that because my imagination's too far. I didn't look at it all. I said, I have dreams at night I can't handle, so I said, I better let this go. But we do have talented filmmakers, directors. Ava DuVernay, Tyler Perry are 2 that come to mind. So I think that we should, and I know we should, encourage them. We did have one called Man in the Mirror, which was maybe a couple of years ago. Very excellent. So we have talent that we haven't even tapped into yet. Let's support them. Again, that's Girl in the Wall. It's a movie. It's going to be at 39535 Ford Road in Canton, Michigan, near I-275 freeway.
And it's based on FBI file. It's based on actually on a true story. And Ava Nay, wasn't she a character on the Cosby Show?
Not this one, no.
Oh, okay.
No. She's been independent, sort of like doing a Spike Lee, John, I can't think of his name, he did pass away, who did a number of movies, which included Taraji P. Henson, Tupac, and a few other. I know his name is Singleton, John Singleton, yes.
Okay.
So Ava DuVernay is kind of in that level of creative producers, directors, and movie makers. And we want to get more, too, because we do have that talent. We're an incredible people. We just haven't woke up to that, but we're incredible. Look at the pyramids. We can do things.
Right. she also has warehouse is not the right word, but a long list of African Americans in all of the categories when it comes to making a film. And I've heard a commercial from time to time saying that she has, that if you're looking for a director, a choreographer, editor, et cetera, she has a listing of those. And I thought that was excellent to come up with that availability for those who are are doing their own projects. That's
Let us tell our own stories.
Right.
And I have to say, someone on my within the family, let me put it that way, who is also, not only did he make a movie, he's a young man in his 20s, he's a family member on the other side of the family, but he was able to rent out a theater at the Riviera Theater, which is located in the Farmington area, and actually had it on. And then I found out from him as well, I will be working with him, that Tubi is one of the streaming channels that he's actually working to get his movie put on.
Wow.
So, and he just started off, he's taught me a lot of things. He's about video editing, shooting the movie, lighting, and that whole thing, and it just really blew my mind, the kind of stuff that they look into. I've actually got books on filmmaking, but some people take it to that next level, and they don't read, they do. And that's where I'm trying to get to. But again, that's to encourage you, like this Girl in the Wall movie, is to encourage you. We can tell our stories, and I can only say that if the Almighty is willing, I will be doing a story where I will capture even more about Rosa Parks, Malcolm and Martin, but I'm going to have a lot of other people that don't get the same attention and bring them in there, make it very entertaining, because we are a visual people. We know that. We see something, shiny car, good-looking man or woman, house, whatever, we gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
So we have to capture people where they're at now.
That's a good point. I want to back up just a little bit. What does it mean when you say he's on the other side of the
Camera?
No, your relative. You said he was on the other side. I'm like, what?
Okay, I may have been saying something, I guess, in regard to the fact that, we always look at the person who's doing certain things, but there's so many other, like electricians, other technicians and things. So I may have been going in that direction when I said that, yeah.
Okay.
And they are critical.
Oh, definitely. No, I was trying to understand whether you meant your mother's side or your father's side. When you said the other side, I'm like, what?
Oh, okay, yeah. May she rest in peace. My wife's side of the family. He's the one who is doing it. And two of them, as a matter of fact, are shooting movies, and they've actually had them in, we don't have the Cannes Film Festival or Sundance and that kind of thing, but we do have smaller venues. I've actually attended small film festivals because I was taking a class at our good old WC3D, and they let us know, because I was into video production, they let us know that at the DIA they were doing short films, and I was just blown away by the imagination of many of those who were directing and producing these things, of all races and genders, I should say, as well. So there's a lot of things, again, that we use. We know that our children are getting trapped by trap music in a lot of cases, where the flaunting of femininity has gone beyond whatever should be decent and moral, and the young men as well. So let us capture them with something that's wholesome.
There's a movie that was nominated at the awards, American Fiction, American
Fiction, yes.
Yes, and I'm hearing that it's an excellent film, but I don't know yet where it's being shown here, because I wanted to go and see it. It has a I guess, a large African American cast, and the fact that I had heard it was an excellent movie before it was nominated. I heard how good it was, and I want to go see it. If anybody has seen it, you know, call in, let us know. But it's an industry that now seems to be accepting more African Americans behind the scene, if you will. You know, being an actor in the film is one thing, but those who have the expertise in working the cameras, doing the editing, doing the directing, doing the choreography, you know, and all of the other aspects of putting a film together. That's good.
And I got to give a little shout out to my trade. Again, I'm a retired electrician, and when you look at sometimes when the credit rolls, it will say gaffer, it'll say best boy. Those are the electricians. Because if you don't have power to the equipment, then nothing's going to work.
Exactly.
So that becomes essential. As a matter of fact, they are a part of our union as well. I know Channel 7 in particular is a part of our union, so our union represents them. But you have to have those behind the scenes individuals to do that, because nothing happens without that. And so, and it's a fun thing too. I have to just say, even being here, WHPS, WHPR, it's a beautiful thing to know that we have this type of environment where a person, and you should support many of the shows that are on WHPS and WHPR, because there's a lot of work that goes into the production of this. So even on this level, moving right on up to Fox, 20th Century Fox and Paramount and all that, you got to start somewhere, and supporting what is in your home base is, I think, the first move that we should make. So
absolutely,
get your children interested in something besides wanting to be a Megan Thee Stallion or A$AP Rocky and all that mess.
And if you have a product that needs to be advertised, also call this location, which is 868-6612, 313-868-6612, and talk about putting some commercial time on this station, the radio, on the TV slots.
That's where you'll catch us. People, it was kind of interesting, Theo. Yesterday, while I was doing some running around, I happened to see, I guess what you would call an old newsboy, and he was out there trying to sell the Detroit Free Press. And I remember those days when I would buy them from one of the street guys, but now the advertising has just changed its nature so much. They just don't have the ad in the sales papers the way they used to, but the price went up. So I'm sort of at a position now, and I say that just to say that television and radio are your best two advertising mediums now. People aren't reading the papers. They really weren't reading that much then. I was a reader, so it was just a second nature for me. But if you do expose yourself to like WHPS, WHPR, and have the ability to reach a larger audience, and this is international. I mean, we've got Roku, we got Google TV, Apple TV, Fire Stick. We got it going on.
Absolutely. And we want you to support this station and to help it to grow and get out into the community. And it's so important, but unfortunately, people don't seem to analyze what's going on in the community, to understand what's happening and how you learn information that you should share with others. Encourage them to tune in as well.
Substance is everything. Right now, we have constantly over the last few decades gotten into instant gratification, and let's say instant gratification along with limited attention span. So after about 15 seconds, a minute, or some short time span, people divert their attention to other things. So we have to be able to grasp something, and then we want something that's substantive, just period. I mean, there's enough garbage out here, you know, and you're going to spend an hour or two on it. Okay, I won't begrudge anyone that. I might look at an old rerun of Sanford and Son or something, but information is what we need more than anything else. And once you pursue that, the hunger of it, the curiosity to know, well, you can't go wrong. I'm trying to think, what is... My mom used to say, education is something they can't take from you. Well, get educated, because then you know there's no thief that's going to take that from you.
Right. Good point. Very good point. And there's opportunities to participate in what's going on in the community where you live. What's going on around you is vitally important. And having your opportunity to share your opinion about it, your feelings about it, your recommendations about it, that's something that you need to do.
Yeah, sitting up at home, talking to somebody on the phone about what's going on, or one of your co-workers or church members, you're sitting in the pews together, or you're working on the line together and you're complaining to them. Well, none of us have power as individuals, but as a group, I guess it's the old African proverb where each finger can be individual, but they come together like a fist to do the work. And there's an old proverb, I don't know if it's Nigerian, but it says, sticks in a bundle are rarely broken. So you could take one stick at a time and break it, but you put them in a bundle, you can't do nothing with it. And that's what we have to do as well. We have to see that there's collective power as well as individual, but collective power, they can't stop you. A giant will come down when collective power stands up.
I like that. A giant will come down when collective power stands up.
I just made that up, y'all.
All right.
But it's still true.
Absolutely. There's a poet and don't know it. No, but I like that.
And I'm holding up now, as some of you can see, this book called The Miseducation of the Negro. And this is where we were able to derive and create the African, well, it became Black History Week, and it morphed into Black History Month. But I'm saying it's Black History Lifetime. Yeah.
Oh, yes. And the information that you learn should be shared with anyone that you're having a conversation with. You know, it's always good to spread the facts around, always, you know. And just the idea that the Detroit Public School report was on the news yesterday about Benjamin Davis Aerospace being reopened on the airport grounds, and it's sad to know that for the years that it was not there, some young people who could have benefited and could have gone on, and they could have been a commercial pilot. That's what results from Benjamin Davis Aerospace.
And there's a large deficit looming because many of the people who work within the industry are retiring. They're at that age, and we need to replenish those. And our good old brother Keith Hines is a graduate of Benjamin O. Davis Aerospace School, and it led him into a career as an electrician. But the things that he learned, and the things that, I mean, he's talked to us about avionics. We've had him on the show before, but he's talked to us about many of the things that would blow our minds if we knew all that goes into the airline industry.
Right. And you know, Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence Milburn has been our guest several times, and he announced, and I'm trying to remember how many years ago it may have been. We had the COVID, that's 3 years, so maybe approximately 7, 8 years ago, he told us that in 10 years, the aviation industry was going to need 1 million pilots. Now, we were not quite at 10 years from the time he announced that. However, we are in the beginning stages where we need pilots. And also, what's interesting is recently there have been some problems with the planes. And the parts are missing and blowing off and this and that. And also, we needed other employees over those 10 years. We also had a problem when Ronald Reagan fired the air traffic controllers. And I've had a disappointment for the Teamsters ever since. If the Teamsters had gone on strike, he would never have been able to do that. Because after Ronald Reagan, who was president at that time, fired the air traffic controllers, a vital need for any plane in the air, we had accidents. Folks died. Wasn't that the one where,
Right.
where 500 people, whatever the number was, and one passenger, a little girl, was alive. And she's grown today, still living. She was interviewed on one of the news shows, and they interviewed her because there had been a plane crash and then another plane crash, so they looked her up and interviewed her on the news program.
Hey, and that was right here in the Metro Detroit area, right out in Romulus. We'll never forget that. And let me also say that we're approaching another break. What do you know?
Oh, my goodness. This one went faster than the first one. Oh, gee.
Sailing along.
Well, it may be time for you to refresh, or you may have gotten your breakfast done while you were tuned in to us. But know this, we will be back momentarily. We have to have a station break and pause for the cause.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woolmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
All media platforms are engaged. Copy. Get ready. to launch your show or product.
Periscope ready. We're 5x5 ready to launch. Copy that.
Trend worldwide across all major platforms.
Ignition. 3, 2, 1.
The world is waiting. Watkins Broadcasting. More than just TV.
You ready to put your podcast on iHeartRadio? Yes, your podcast on iHeartRadio. What about Alexa, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android, or iPhone? Plus live TV streaming. Get your podcast seen and heard all over the world. Call 313-868-6612. Pre-recorded shows are accepted to be archived. This is a WHPR distribution platform. Download the app from the App Store. Go to WHPRTV.com. Channels available for lease 24/7 on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. Coming soon, subscription and pay-per-view.
Also,
Block Time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM WGPR HD2. RadioWeCanSee.com.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Impinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Oh, yes. Don't forget to take us along with you. And thank you so much for tuning in this morning. And, the BD, we have a phone number to let people know to call in, too.
Okay, folks, I hope you had your, I'm going to mention this again in the show, but I hope you had your pen and paper handy. The phone number that you can call in to be a part of our conversation is area code 313-365-7327. Again, that's 313-365-7327. There's an alternative number you can call also, area code 313-365-7379. Again, that's area code 313-365-7379. And also, if you want, if you're savvy enough, you can go to RadioWeCanSee, all one word, .com. Again, that's RadioWeCanSee.com, and you can see us live doing our thing.
All right. I like that. I like that. And thank you so much for staying tuned in with us and in sharing, getting information that you can take along with you and share wherever you go. If you go to the hair salon, you can let the folk in the hair salon know about the issues that are going on and about the school board meeting tomorrow. And you can let your family members know, just wherever you go. This information is urgently important. And the DECA curriculum item that needs to be shared. School board meeting is tomorrow at Finney High School, now known as East English Village, 5020 Cashew. You take I-94 East, exit on Cashew, make a right-hand turn, and look for the address. 5020 is right near Warren Avenue. And you can make your recommendations known. And you should be there at least by 5:15 if you want to talk to the school board and or the superintendent. That's very important. And the DECA program, which helps our young people learn about financial literacy, They need to know how to write a check. They need to know how to watch their money. They need to know how to save. And they need to know the importance of owning your own business and the basics of starting your own business.
I want to add, this is something that, and we're growing within this, but right now, after we pay our bills, take care of all our financial matters, because that's what we're speaking about now, the African American or black community, if you will, has over $1.7 trillion, that's with a T, of disposable income, or income they can spend after they have paid all their bills, take care of all their financial responsibilities, which means at 1.7, we're almost approaching $2 trillion in disposable income. Now, without financial literacy, and it's evident, without financial literacy, that $1.7 trillion can end up being squandered. And helping other people, whether it's Prada, Gucci, or your neighborhood store that's owned by or ran by people who don't look like us. So the DECA program and financial literacy is critical, even for us as adults, but particularly our youth, because they look for that kind of guidance from us. And that is our responsibility to make sure that they are aware of that. So I'm in full support of financial literacy, because even now many adults not really familiar how to balance a checking book, how to, you know, assess between their debits and their assets, and how to keep all that in line. But whether you like it or not, as an adult in this society and in the world in general, you need to know how to be able to do these things, because too many people have suffered as a result of not having that knowledge. DECA is incredibly important. And I would say I wish they had a DECA for adults.
Yeah. And you know, at one time, DPS had adult education in the evening. But now that you've mentioned that, we need to check at Wayne County Community College and find out if they have something equal to that. And there's been reports now that people can take college classes free. Have you heard that?
Well, I know it's true for those 60 and over, but I'm not really familiar with that, and I qualify for that, so that's why I'm familiar with it. But yes, I have seen billboards on let's just say traveling along the freeways that mention and announce that type of thing. And it's I just know that it's something. Investigate. Be curious enough to seek information.
Right. And you know, Wayne County Community College has so many opportunities for the members of this community to learn. And they have computer basic, and they have navigating the internet. That's the second class. And then there's a third one, I know, building websites or something along that line. And you know, I've mentioned this before, Thabiti, but in 1995, there was a commercial. It was 1995, and it just kept getting louder. And we said, what the heck is 1995?
Oh, they hung up.
What it ended up being was the beginning of the computer. Computers, of course, had existed for quite a while. However, the computers had not been introduced to the masses in the community. So when Hood Research found out about it, we decided, well, we want to help the community learn about 1995. And we did. There was two young gentlemen, African American, who had a store on Livernois, and Jan Frazier, who was a lifetime member of Hood Research, went and asked them if we could come to their business, have a group of people come, show them how to use the computer, encourage them, get them interested in purchasing one. They said, wow, they jumped at the chance. So that was the first place we did that. And folks would walk down the street, and they would look in the window, and they said, look at that. That's a strange-looking TV. Let's go in and see what it's about. And they did. And that was the beginning of Hood Research teaching the awareness of computers. We moved on, and it was free, by the way. And we were allowed to use the room at Wayne County Community College. And we had 22 computers. Sometimes we had 40 people in that room. 22 computers. Imagine that. And every now and then I come across someone who was a part of those classes that we taught back then. And that went on in 1996. And then, of course, more and more people found out about Wayne County Community College and being able to take classes for free, etc. But we were a part of it, introducing that to the community, and proud to have done so.
And I'd like to add that as we speak about the seniors who are 60 and over who are able to attend for free, my granddaughter, I brought up a few times in the show, y'all heard me, she's also doing dual enrollment with her school and with WCCD. She's studying a psychology class on the collegiate level, as well as doing her regular academic as a 10th grade student. So I've got to give a shout out to WCCD because at some point my granddaughter will have her associate's degree along with her college diploma. I mean, not college, but high school diploma. So, and this is another thing we want to encourage. Again, another reason to attend the Detroit School Board meeting is at East English Village, which was formerly Finney High School, at 5020 Cadieux in Detroit. And be there to just listen. Sometimes just listening can prompt one to ask questions because something comes up. It's sort of like, and I remember this exclusively when I was in school, that everybody's intimidated to hold up their hand when the teacher says, has something, but once one student, sort of speak, breaks the ice, then other students have that courage to go ahead and do it as well. So you can sit at this school board meeting and hear something and it prompts something within you to say, well, yeah, you know what I was thinking about, and you go on from there. Right. So it's imperative that you at least experience it. You may not want to go back, but at least get the experience of it. And you'll be surprised how much of your appetite it feeds once you've been exposed to it. But if you don't expose to it, you're still in the same spot, and rocks don't move, but people should.
You are just really on it this morning, aren't you?
Must be the caffeine.
Oh, goodness. Now, that's really good, though. And I think tomorrow is the first day of spring.
Indeed.
Today we're in the deep freeze, though.
Winter don't want to let go.
I know. But it's a good thing to get ready, because spring is coming. It definitely is, and that is a good thing. And this is also Women's Month, so if you have someone you want to share with us, do that. And in the news yesterday, there was an announcement that a new bus terminal is going to be named after Rosa Parks. And somebody was saying, well, yeah, we have stuff named after King, and we need to have something named after an African-American woman. And it was just coincidental that conversation happened just prior to the announcement. And that's a good thing.
See, we've got a caller calling in.
Oh, okay. Happy Monday. Can you hear us?
Happy Monday, caller. We are glad that you're participating. I actually happen to...
Oh.
Okay, y'all. I'm looking at the rerun with the guy that was talking about the movie that's coming out.
Oh, yes.
Now, let me just say this quickly, caller. This is Sly Soul for you, our poet, laureate. If you and the others will go to, because I'm looking at it on the phone now, the engineers provided me with the visuals, so I actually see us live. But if you go to RadioWeCanSee.com/soul, you'll be able to see us live.
RadioWeCanSee.com.
Yes, I'm looking at us live now.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up now. Ready? We can see.com.
And those of you who are listening,
I'm looking at Mark and the other guy, and then I pulled it up, and I'm gonna hit play. So I'm gonna try to make sure. Oh, I can see y'all.
Yeah, I'm waving at
I'm gonna turn the volume down so that it wasn't.
Okay.
Okay, I see you guys.
All right. We're in the islands. Da, da, da.
Yeah, in my eyes. Hi, you guys are in my eyes. Yeah, but what's going on? I've been doing promos for the Detroit moms, Detroit football moms. My mom's my first fan. And that's April the 21st at the Mary Grove Conservancy. We want everybody to come out and meet some of the NFL moms and network with the Little League moms. And just going to have a web of information and celebrations for the moms. So anybody out there interested, it's a free event. Come on down the 21st. That will be at Mary Grove Conservancy, the 21st of April.
We left out the time.
Time.
It's time. The time.
Let me see. I gotta go pull up one of my
the
cards.
21st, but the time.
Because it's gonna be probably like an all-day event as well. Here, I got one of my flyers because I've been passing out posters and flyers and getting to the coaches. And matter of fact, over there at Northwest, I swim there. And on Saturdays, there's coaches there, and they said they already with me. They're already supporting the program at the Conservancy.
Okay.
Let's see what else. And I put my eyeballs on. Okay, it's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Register on Eventbrite. It'll be at the Mary Grove Conservancy, 8425 McNicholas Road. Lead. 8425 McNicholas.
It's just
McNicholas.
And right on the corner, Wyoming.
April the 21st.
Okay.
And that's from 2 to 6.
Oh, okay.
With Detroit football moms.
That is
the
good.
game from the pro moms. Come on out and get the game from the pro moms.
All right. That sounds good.
And one beautiful thing about that is, again, because we encourage all of you who listen and view us, that experience something that you haven't experienced before, and you may never get a chance to do again. We have to take advantage of those things that are available to us, and then those who aren't able to participate, the beautiful thing about it is that you can share that with people that you know, and that's what we are required to do, not only get information, but share information.
Yes. And some more things are coming up, so as I get those flyers, I will make sure Hood Research gets them on their web pages as well. Going to have collard green contest. It's going to be a plethora of things going on this year with Detroit is Different. Kyrie Fraser's is a great young man that cares about the community and loves to get resources and information to our communities.
Well, that's great.
And some of you may want to look up Avalon Village as well, right here in good old Highland Park, HP. So many different... Mama Shoe. You got to give a shout out because there are people who are in the community who are doing things, big things and great things for the community. And it's a wholesome environment for us to have our children to be exposed to as well. And it's good
Yes.
for intergenerational interaction.
Yes.
We should be able to, like I take my granddaughter to a number of things, and I look back on all the pictures from the Museum of African American History, DIA, you name it. You know, I'm curious, and I try to make her curious, and I have to say that I'm proud because of that. So, as Sly Soul said, on the 21st of April, mark that on, if you got your pen and paper, mark that down. 21st of April, Detroit Football Moms, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., April 21st at the Mary Grove Conservancy, which is located at 8425 6 Mile, and you can go to Eventbrite to register to participate. And that beautiful word that comes in handy so many times, it's free.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's where Detroit football moms can get the game from the pro moms.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent point.
So we're networking information. We can get more children involved into some positive activities, safe positive activities.
I have to say that as I've traveled around over the last few years, there's a park over on Greenfield. I believe it's just right in the Curtis area. I see Little League. I mean, these children probably no more than 5 or 6 on up to the teenage years. And they've got coaches and parents who come there. They bring out their chairs. I've seen them doing baseball as well. And it really does my heart in particular good because I see these children, and they have the young ladies out there. Let me not miss them. They are out there doing the cheerleading. They got women who are leading them in that direction. And these children, let's just be clear, these are memories, whether they stick with it or not, they're going to have for the rest of their lives. They can always say, oh, we played in, like I guess they used to call it Pop Warner. I don't know what they call it now. I know there was one with the Detroit police called PAL.
Yeah.
But again, these are memories, and I have them myself, that these children will carry for the rest of their lives. And you never know who you're raising or grooming for something better, because I've known of people who maybe they didn't play football, they didn't make the cut on that, but they became part of the staff. You know, maybe a offensive coach, a defensive coach. They learn so many aspects of the game. We actually had a young man on our show who did particularly that same thing. He said, well, look, there's so many things that are going on behind the scenes when you're looking at sporting events, the coaches, those who just bring water to the players in between plays and that kind of thing. So many things. So it's important for us to expose the children to that, because you never know when you're raising the next Willie Horton or Barry Sanders or whom. And not that we want our children to be just athletes, but we dominate in athletes. Nobody can say that we don't. Any sport you can put us in, we take it over.
Right. Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned the fact that there's so many avenues to having your own business, your own league, your own team, your own jobs in administration, in the media department. All of these, they're open doors for more opportunities for you to be employed, self-employed as well.
Yeah, the brother who was, when Harbaugh decided to go back to the NFL, Sharon, I believe his last name is Moore, ended up becoming the new head coach of the University of Michigan football team. Had he not had the skills, they would have, as they do, shopped around for someone to replace Harbaugh. But Sharon has that position now. And his beginnings, I'm sure, kept him in football, and his day was waiting. Now it's here. And we wish this brother well, but this is another reason why we want to expose people to things that they don't know, is because if you can't do what you don't know.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good. You know.
And I got some healthy news I might be able to share right quick.
What?
It's called stem cell patches. So, you know, I swim every day with our seniors, and there's one that's advocating for these stem cell patches, which is supposed to, so I'm going to try them out, so that way I'll be a guinea pig as well. And they're wearing the patches in the pool and everything, but it's supposed to revitalize your cells, relieve your pain and your stress, and guess what? Help you sleep. And I got issues with a lot of that. The left side of me be aching, and I wake up depressed and don't know why, or my memory issues. So it's supposed to revitalize your cells, your body, and relieve the pain and the stress. And I love this part. You can go to sleep, because I can't sleep at night. I'm wide awake. So as I further get into research with it, and a guinea pig as myself and wearing them, I will be turning it on to Hood Research stem cell patches.
And I want to add something, and I will be doing it today, but I usually go to the fruit market, and I bought aloe vera, and but I've often seen these little cactus pads there. But, you know, I was never inclined to do it, but I said, okay, well, let me get them. And so I did some research. Aloe vera, as we know, has been around for centuries, for eons, and cactus has as well, but I didn't think that there was anything I could use it for, and I found over 25 benefits. You know, there's certain ways you got to prepare, but you go on YouTube and you look at 4 or 5 different videos, and cactus is right up there with aloe vera as a superfood. But of course, we're not raised with it, so because the lady who checked me out was a Hispanic woman. She says, "Oh, these are great. They say the consistency of okra when it's cooked, but you can make smoothies out of them. There's different ways you can prepare. As we know, many different ways you can prepare many different foods. Potatoes, you can mash them, bake them, fry them, etc. Same thing.
Always good.
Same thing with cactus. So just read up on it. They're very cheap. I think they're 50 cents a pad. So if you blow 50 cents, you're not gonna feel like you broke the bank.
Where do you purchase? Where do you purchase
You're not
it?
broke.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I bought mines at Randazzo because they have a lot of tropical and exotic fruits, and I said, okay, well, let me try it. For 50 cents, what I got to lose?
Right. Oh, wow. Huh.
Hey, Sabiti, you won't be broke, you be woke, because you'll be feeling so good.
She's a poet and comedian.
I see. Oh, goodness. That is something, though. And you know,
we got to stick to our wealth, because our health is our wealth.
Right.
We got to stick to our health.
It's so true, so true.
Yeah, I would add that diabetes, ulcers, high blood pressure, those are a few of the many things that the combination, because I will prepare mines. I just got them a couple of days ago, but I'll prepare mines in a blender, and it's antioxidants, antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-bad health, but nothing but good health.
Well, you know, the other thing about cactus, it's used to make agave, which is a sweetener. For those who are trying to eliminate the white cane sugar out of their diet,
agave. The killer sugar.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Agave is a sweetener that is used. It's turned in. Well, as far as I know, it's a liquid. I have had it as a liquid, and I'm not aware whether they have granulated, at this time. But it is made from cactus.
Yeah, that was one of the things I discovered in my research, because for me, trying to find out health, I used to eat what my tongue liked. Now I eat what my body likes. I had to make that change, because my tongue can get me in trouble, not only speaking, but whatever I eat. But I know that my body, when the cells need to be nourished, when the skin and all the other vital things that keep us alive and healthy need to be nourished, I know that a Big Mac or a Whopper ain't going to do it. It's just not going to do it.
Okay, well, you better leave them white caskets alone.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Have you been to any community meetings lately? or any Zoom meetings?
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys heard of Black Tech Saturday, but I'm going to be going to another meeting with them. And what they're going to do is educate seniors as well on how to be more upgraded and in the know with technology, because you know how a lot of us seniors are afraid of our computers or even learning. And they're going to show you how you can gain wealth. You know, go viral. And because I told them I don't know nothing about a TikTok. I see TikTok, but I don't know how to work it and how it works. So, yeah, so I'm going to a meeting with them the end of the month by the train station. And I love it because it's intergenerational. So we got the young folks, and they're going to teach us old folks.
Yeah, I just want to interject quickly. We're getting down to our last 3 to 4 minutes.
I know.
Yes. Sadly.
Go ahead.
Well, you may want to share some Hood Research information as we get to how to contact and become a part of.
Well, of course. Well, first of all, I'd like to invite people to join Hood Research. The annual fee to join Hood Research is $20. Lifetime membership is $300. We do a multitude of things, and you know, I sometimes think we need to spend a whole show talking about the history of Hood Research and what we have done.
Absolutely.
But to contact us by email, the email for Hood Research is contact@hoodresearch.org. That is CONTACT, the little A with a circle around it, HOODRESERCH.org. That's contact@hoodresearch.org. No, don't include the cha-cha-cha. But anyway, you can follow us on Twitter, which is now X, and we have a Facebook, a website. We have a phone number, and the phone number is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-234-2371. That's the phone number to contact us at Hood Research. We also have a conference call on Saturdays from 3 p.m. until 6. And we're on line with that. And for you to join us, you only need your telephone. And you dial 978-990-5000. The access code is 338729. Press the pound key. Some people call it hashtag, some people call it tic-tac-toe sign. But the number again is 1-978-990-5000. Access 338729 pound. And you're on with us from 3 p.m. until 6. You're not required to stay on that long. Some people come on at 3 and stay until 3:45. Some people come on at 4:30 and stay till 6. But whatever fits into your time schedule, each Saturday we are there for you. Dabidi?
Yes, and again, I want to repeat the numbers, and I hope that you all have been able to record what Theo has said and what I'm about to say now. The call-in numbers for the Virgin Islands radio station is area code 313-365-7327, 365-7327, or 365-7379. And you can also view us, as I'm looking at the phone now, and I can see us. You can view us at RadioWeCanSee.com. Again, that's RadioWeCanSee.com. Sly Soul is doing that now, and we're down to our last real minute.
Well, what I always say is, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much as we can to share with you and encourage you to share with us. Dabidi?
And as I always say, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Au revoir. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in again next Monday, 9 a.m., and we'll talk to you on the phone Saturday at 3. Peace.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback.